So we've got time with Cherie Sohnen-Moe today, and I wanted to ask, what are your thoughts on this learning styles controversy that some folks are talking about?
Well, actually, a lot of folks are talking about this controversy, and it is very controversial. Part of it is because the new research is showing that teachers don't have to spend a lot of time discovering each student's learning preference to be effective. And truthfully, it's actually really unrealistic for teachers to be expected to know each student's preferred style and then to attempt to accommodate those styles. And the other thing research is discovering is it doesn't support that your knowledge as a teacher of your students' preferences makes any difference in their learning outcomes. And that's a little like takes me aback too, all the times I've studied about learning and all of that. But the key is to make the content meaningful to them and do that either personally or professionally. So that doesn't mean that you throw out all the other information about learning and learning styles and learning preferences, because it's important to address things differently, just not be obsessed with attempting to create everything that way. So you can still make your meaningful content delivery more engaging by considering as many of the senses as you can. And actually, in many instances, the content really does dictate the delivery. For instance, if you're teaching a hands-on technique, that needs to be done tactily, not just reading about it in a book, having discussions about it. People need to actually touch bodies. Now, if you were doing a music appreciation course, it would be so dull if all the class did was read about music, maybe look at some pictures of composers and instruments. They need to hear that music. They need to feel the vibration in their body. That's where appreciation would come through. So just consider your delivery approaches based on your content. You can always do things like you can utilize handouts, graphs, charts, pictures with some bright, bold colors to get that learner's visual attention. You can incorporate music, singing, maybe chanting even, varying your speaking tones, maybe read some parts aloud, and having a lecture part of your curriculum that will auditorily engage your learners. What's interesting is we don't often think about the senses of taste and smell, but they can be very powerful in embedding memory. So think about the topics where you could do this, maybe providing samples of essential oils for the class to smell when you're discussing aromatherapy. I remember when I taught in an acupuncture school, one of the instructors taught nutrition and herbs, and she would make everybody bring a dish once a week. So you would walk by and you could smell all these very interesting smells, and the students had the whole experience of actually preparing this item, smelling it, tasting it. So it really embedded that information about nutrition in such a way that just reading about it could never do. So the more senses you involve in the learning process, the more likely your learners' brains will work to move that meaningful information into their memories.
That's excellent advice, Cherie. Thank you for your time today.
Thank you.